This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Okay, welcome everyone to the February of 2026 Commission on Disability meeting. Is there anybody there for public speak? And Eli?
I don't
Leslie?
think.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
Okay, because I can't see the chairs.
Speaking on behalf of Cynthia Trail.
Ah, it's nice to meet you.
What can't you see?
The other chairs, so I wouldn't be able to see if people were there for public speak.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So let's just go over who's missing. Doing roll call here. So Jeff Brown and Bryce are missing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does this turn
Turn the volume down at all? I don't know. That's scary looking. I'm not touching that.
Okay. And then do we have a quorum? 1, 2, 3, 4,
1,
5,
2,
6. Yeah.
4, 5. 5 is a quorum, right?
There's,
Oh.
is there
There's 6 of us. Yeah, there's 6 of us, so we're good.
This is definitely a quorum, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to vote the minutes in to make sure. Is there anything missing from the minutes?
Not that I could tell.
Can I have a motion to pass the minutes?
I'll move to pass.
A second?
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, everybody okay?
Yes.
All in favor, awesome, thank you. The first order of business we just have to take care of before we do our speaker is, so every year around January, we have to, I don't know how I want to word it, like you pick new officers. And so I'm just checking in. Are there folks that, I mean, Leslie, you were just voted in. Are there other folks that want to be the chair, that are dying to be the chair?
Or vice chair.
Right, or vice chair, yeah. No. Okay. It's my job to put it out there. So, okay. All right, so we will, let's see. Can we just go around and introduce ourselves real quick? Angelique Baker, the chair.
Eli Damon, I'm the vice chair.
Homestead. I'm just a member.
Cyril Slimaker, also member.
I'm Leslie Tane. I'm the clerk.
And I'm Kathy Schweitzer. I'm chair of the board of the Council on Aging. I'm here representing Cynthia Trail.
Could you spell your last name, please?
SCHWEITZER.
Thank you.
And the first name is CH.
Okay,
I have the idea. Thank you.
Gotta be different.
All right. I got it.
all right, did you want to take it away, the Council on Aging? You have about 10 minutes.
Sure. And I'll be happy to entertain, questions as well. Cynthia apologizes for not being able to be here today. She's putting a cast on her arm as we speak.
Oh.
So I told her I'd be happy to step in and try to provide
Wonderful.
what I know, some of the services that we provide for people with disabilities at the Council on Aging. I think transportation is probably our biggest component. If we do have a couple, or an ADA van, we are leasing a new one from PVTA that will have more room capacity, up to 10 people, people with their companions. And the Riverside also has vans for people with disabilities. However, you must apply to be a user. for the PBTA, and the ECOA staff will help assist people in their application for these transportation options. As far as activities, everything that's offered is open to anyone of age 55 and over in the center. However, certainly are, if they have mobility issues, we hope or ask that they have a companion with them to assist, because there certainly is not enough staff to assist with everyone who may need it when they come into the facility. There are a couple of obstacles within the current building that we are in. There is an elevator to provide access. However, there are some of the thresholds in the lower level for some of the room activities that would make it difficult for people with wheelchairs to enter there. And probably the biggest obstacle of the building are the bathrooms. And particularly if you have a bariatric wheelchair, it's almost impossible to get into any of the bathrooms that we have. And they're also very small, that if you have a companion with you to assist in the bathroom, it's really difficult to get two people in their bathrooms. So there are a few obstacles within the building. However, the activities that are offered are available to everyone. And if you need assistance or a companion, it's advised that people bring someone with them. As far as any services such as Mass Health or SNAP or any of those services are certainly available to everyone that uses or can use the center. And if there's someone coming with a cognitive disability, again, we ask that they bring in a companion, with them to assist. As I mentioned, there's just not enough staff to be able to assist everybody. But as far as there is a vision support group, Kathy, who's a member of our board, provides that meeting monthly. And we don't have anything on hearing disabilities yet. And there's no group that's been formed, but it doesn't say that it couldn't happen if someone had an interest. I know Kathy developed the vision forum because she's visually disabled herself, and so she started this group, and it's been fairly successful. So
That's the first Thursday of the month at 10 o'clock, right?
thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. I should have brought that info with me, but thanks for providing that, Eli. So I guess I'm happy to entertain any questions. I'm probably Cindy was going to invite some of our other staff, but they're in on a state government call at this time too. So I do the best I can with the knowledge I have, and I'm happy to answer any questions or take them back to Cynthia that you might have.
What was the meeting the first Monday of the month at 10 a.m.?
That's the vision. What's the call? What do they call it? People with the
VIP group,
VIP group, vision impaired people. Okay,
something like that.
the vision impaired people.
I've got some questions about whether the ECLA has enough outreach workers. I know of one person who was unwelcome there.
I'm not really at a position in order to answer that question. I do not work at the center. I know that she is very busy, and certainly we try to accommodate everyone that comes forward.
I'll repeat my comment. It's about, if we're talking about the senior center,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult to get an appointment with Ashley, and some people have been turned off by their initial contact with the center.
Who is Ashley, the director?
No, she's the
No,
out.
no, Cindy's the director. Ashley is the outreach worker.
I guess, Louise, what we've, recommended in the past, if there is an issue with the personnel of the center, that if you can address it with the person individually, that you would go ahead to the director, Cynthia Terrell, and Cynthia on that.
I'm just reporting my experience because I think I've given up on them.
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Are
I
there-
mean, she's just here to present, like she can't really take complaints or anything like that. So, who should she go to with the complaint?
Cynthia Terrell, the director.
And you've already talked to Cynthia, Louise,
Yeah,
and it didn't go anywhere.
no.
Okay. Who's above Cynthia then? Is that,
I would assume the mayor. He
that's
appointed,
what I assume.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a new mayor who,
and
I don't know what
should
he was
hire.
like, but when I went by in person, he had a new assistant who couldn't help. So it might be,
Okay, so you're saying Ashley is just who again? I'm sorry.
outreach worker for
Okay.
people over
Eh.
55.
So she would come out to the house and get services for folks and things.
I don't know.
You don't know what her job. Okay, so what did you
No,
need?
I'm saying she's outreach worker. I've managed to make it work for me, but I'm fairly familiar with them, and it gets me to the Big E for. I think there's a lot of people she's missing, and they need more.
Okay, so it's not just you, it's other people.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to share what your needs were that you didn't get, or is that's private?
Trying to think.
Because you said you were ignored, so
Yeah, so far I have been. I'll probably try to do another public speak at the next meeting. I can't remember if I've missed that. I don't know.
okay.
The next council will be in March. We canceled the February meeting. So the next council meeting will be in March, the third Tuesday of March at noon. Get to that.
Are there other folks that have questions?
Does the ECOA have a website?
They do. Yes.
Okay,
And you can get to it if you go to the city of Easthampton,
okay.
and it'll be on that, on that page, Council of Aging.
I'm turning 55 next week.
Good for you. You should have received something from us.
I don't think so.
Oh, wait,
but
you
maybe not
will,
yet.
you will.
I'm going
Yes.
to.
Okay, very good. Yep. Any other questions?
I have a question though it might seem a bit off topic, but I'm quite curious about how you communicate with the PVTA to kind of get your needs met, get the resources from them.
That's a good question. That's a Cynthia question. I really don't know, since I don't there, but there is a really good relationship there with the PVTA and Cynthia. And I imagine they have a direct
Connect.
She a direct
Yeah.
connect, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Excuse me, I've
Get back to you, Matt.
Thank you.
Louise,
I've got the PVTA phone number in my
Excellent.
phone, and when I look back, I've got services from them. It seems a bit silly, but within Easthampton, I've got services from the PVTA, not from the ECOA then. no matter what.
And Louise, the next ECOA meeting will be March 17th.
I'm sorry?
The next Council on Aging meeting is March 17th.
Okay, March 17th.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, well, again, thank you for inviting us. I'll take these questions back and we'll get back to you next meeting so that you have your answers. And I may have to cut out a little early because I have another appointment.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I'll look up that website. Oh, you don't have to. I'll be able to find it. Okay.
Leslie, you saw that Jeff and Bryce are here, so
I do. Bryce, is Jennifer with you? Yes, you are? Okay. I just want to know for the meeting, for the minutes. Thank you. Yes, I see that they're there. Thank you.
Was that Leslie Shore?
okay, so we do have another speaker coming. They're a little late, Allison. So you don't see them
No,
at all, Eli, trying to get Allison Manuel.
no.
Hmm. Well, not really a speaker, but she's the director of planning. So she's supposed to be at the meeting, and Maddie's not here, right?
Maddie said she couldn't make it.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. Did she bring the printouts or drop off the printouts?
Yes,
She
they're
did.
right
The
here.
printouts are here.
Okay.
This is the resource list.
It's
It's on the
Sorry, it's reading the
linked on the
staples.
webpage, on the commission's webpage.
Okay. Okay. So did folks go over it at home, or I know some did.
I have a question overall about this. Is there a
Yeah.
reason there's not, for most of these numbers, there's not the area code?
No, that's a good, I mean, I did not type it up. So originally when we did this project, there was a different chair and it was my project. And for me, I wanted to do it a certain way. I was really good at resources when the other person kind of undid everything that I did. We disagreed on how to combine it. For example, like one of the categories would be veteran services for veterans. So I would want to put all services for veterans under that title, veteran services. The person that I was working with said, well, no, if it's a hospital, it should go under hospitals. And if it's this, it should go under that. And I'm like, but then like, so it's definitely not the way exactly I would like it. Because something like that, I think should all be under one. I know Jeff Brown was talking about whether or not things need referrals, whether we should put them on the list. Somebody else brought that up in the past. Like I, for one, prefer to still have things on the list, even if it needs a referral, because people need to know what's out there so that they can get the referral.
Well, that's also like really dependent on your insurance, not necessarily the organization always.
Okay.
Depends, I think, because like, if you are part of, say, GDS, they'll pay for things.
Yeah.
So some I know at ServiceNet, we have some programs where you have to be referred from DDS to be
Right.
part of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jeff?
Yeah, I guess that was, I had a similar thought, and, you know, but I maybe Jen could, chime in on this too, but like, you know, with like Riverside, I couldn't think of a situation where Riverside would necessarily be your first call. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, so one thing I noticed is that River Valley Counseling Center is on there, and I don't think they exist anymore.
I actually know the answer to this.
Oh,
They're in Hoyoke, aren't they?
Well, River Valley Counseling Center has become a program or a partner with ServiceNet. So they're still called River Valley Counseling Center,
okay.
but it's part of ServiceNet, and it has taken over all of ServiceNet's mental health outreach systems. So they still have their website, and you still would contact them the same way.
Oh, okay.
It's just part of the larger organization now.
All right. And also, I think maybe CHD should be on the list.
I would agree to that.
Under support services and counseling centers.
Yeah.
There are definitely more children's services available too, since this was done. And like Reach is also a part of ServiceNet. And it's not just in Greenfield.
What is I'm like fully blanking on the autism connections.
Also part of ServiceNet.
Great. Okay.
Did you hear about our conference that's coming up in April?
No.
I will send you a link to the site.
I'm switching over to my phone, guys, because I need to get my daughter. There's an emergency. So, Eli, Leslie, you may have to take over.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the CHC the new on Union Street where Manchester,
Yeah, is that that's
That
one
is-
of their locations.
That is a CHD office.
Yes.
Yes.
so that's where somebody could bring someone, a middle school person that he's responsible for.
I don't know exactly what services CHD offers.
They offer a lot because they also have group homes and stuff. So I think you would have to kind of call them and see what they have at each location and what that location is for.
Anybody know their number? The one on Union Street that's like really close?
I don't know their number. So I think this list is, well, first of all, I think as far as the area codes go, I think if there's no area code, it's assumed that it's 413.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the thinking behind it.
I do, this is going to sound really dumb. I do wonder, like, are younger people going to know that?
I don't know.
Right? I don't know that that's like a known thing to younger people.
But I think that since this is a list for Easthampton, if you dial it without the area code in Easthampton, you would still get there.
Do you think so? Even if your phone, like if I had a number from a different city?
I don't know the answer to that, actually. I don't know.
But it might be clearer.
If we added the area codes.
Area codes.
I don't know, I've got a New York City phone number and it screws up all sorts of things when people assume it's a 413.
Yeah. And so I
75,
I mean, aside from adding things, which I think we would have to do, I think.
You see a one-liner in there on the top, the local numbers don't have 413. It's a pain in the neck to have to type 413 on 3 pages of,
Yeah.
data.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me that in order to make sure this is accurate, someone would have to check all the numbers because it's old.
It depends on your phone too, because even for a local call, my phone, my new service wants me to put the area code in.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you got.
Yeah.
that's scary I'm 75, I'm obviously a senior. And I've got a New York City area code. And what would happen if I dialed 911?
I don't know.
Well, 911 would just, I think they ask where you are. And it's about, they have the ability to tell where you're calling from by where your cell phone is pinging the closest tower. I don't know if that's how they do it for all outgoing calls. I have no idea.
It's a good point. But mine is universal. So
Yeah.
they either have a way of tracking you or they do ask. Because some people calling 911 can't tell you where they are.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, what is our next step with this, right? So
Could I add one more place, if that's okay, to the support groups? Just the Wildflower Alliance. Sorry, thank you.
support groups, that was a different.
Yeah, page 4. Well, I was asking if we could add an additional resource to support groups. There's a really great organization for substance use, suicide, and like other mental health illnesses called the Wildflower Alliance. They have like sober homes and stuff.
Oh, do they?
They have a respite.
Totally off topic, but I've been trying to think of that word for so long.
Yeah.
If we update this again, can we put the current date on rather than 2017?
That's a good call.
Yeah. So I guess, what should we say the next step, the action step should be for this?
To make the changes. Yes. Discussed.
To make the changes that we discussed, and I think that someone would have to volunteer to check all of the numbers if we're, since it's almost 10 years old.
Would it make sense to, I was just counting them, would it make sense to split them up and like kind of everyone take a chunk
I think that makes sense.
instead of someone having to go through this thing?
Yeah.
How many numbers?
Can you email that to everyone?
I did, Louise. This is the area services list. I sent it when I sent the minutes because Angelique was trying to send it, but I think she's having some email.
How many numbers are there?
A lot.
A lot like 300 or a lot like 30?
No,
Between 300 and 30.
yeah, somewhere in between, probably.
Let's say like 80.
30 on the page.
Okay, yeah, splitting it up. I was gonna say if it was like 30, it wouldn't make sense to divide it, but yeah. All right.
I know that Angelique is very sensitive to you know, this is a volunteer group and that we can't really, you know, ask people to volunteer more of their time than they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Well, I think you
Yeah.
can always ask and
Yeah.
people can say no.
Yeah. Right? I think, yeah.
It's not a requirement, but it's an offer.
If I don't know, if I got an editable file, I could probably call 80 numbers. It would only take a couple hours.
It's about 100 numbers.
Okay.
I can send you an editable file.
All right. Well, I'll just, yeah, I don't mind doing that. I don't.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
About what?
Whether the action is going to be email or make phone calls. I mean, I know a lot of people don't, I know as a landlord, a lot of people don't pick up a phone call if it's not 413.
We're calling businesses. We're calling businesses who are going to pick up. If I get a voicemail saying, hello, this is Hampshire County DDS, I'll know that number functions. I don't necessarily need to, you know, if I get a recording that says, hi, you've reached ServiceNet, I know it's ServiceNet, you know. I don't need to like talk to, you know. And if I have any problems, I'll bring it back. Bring it back to the group and I'll write that I couldn't reach the number.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a really solid plan. And we can be thinking about what might be missing at the same time as you're verifying numbers.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay,
Okay, should we move on?
yes.
Okay. So next on the agenda, it says primer lookover. We don't have copies of the primer here. I don't know what Angelique was intending with that. Does anybody-
What is the primer?
Okay, the primer is a document that kind of for small business owners.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah,
Okay. The thing that was hoping to be presented to the city council.
No, that's
No.
a different thing.
Oh, okay, apologies.
yeah. And it kind of gives some like basics of ADA compliance.
Ah.
It's like illustrated. It has the little drawings on it. Do you
Mm.
remember seeing it?
Yes, I think vaguely, I think we passed it out here
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
The other thing that you were talking about is the accessibility ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody has looked at the primer. Yeah, so why don't we skip that? All right. Subcommittee meeting update. So, I know we had a meeting of the survey subcommittee. Were there any other subcommittees that met?
Not that I know of.
No. Okay, so, well, the update there is that I answered questions about the previous survey process. And hopefully that will lead to a new survey process for a new survey. Do you guys have anything else you think should be said about that?
Just that we are going to set up the next meeting,
Okay,
but I think we need Angelique for that, so
yes,
we'll have to do it via email.
okay.
I'm sounding worse and worse.
One thing kind of I asked in the subcommittee meeting that I'm still kind of curious about for folks is like what kind of goal do we have in mind for the data we're trying to get? Like what is the survey for? Like what question is it trying to answer?
So I have a thought about that.
Yeah.
What I think is that it's to inform this committee about what the community needs as far as disability services or access, or where the pain points are.
Okay.
So that we are more informed, to act on behalf of the larger community.
Is that going out to the general citizens, or is it going out to the businesses, or?
General citizens, which would include, I think, business owners.
So how are we?
Well, I mean, so the last time it was to people, community members with disabilities. So, or that care for people with disabilities. So it doesn't have to be the same, but that's what it was before.
But how do you reach those people?
Yeah, good question. That's
You put something in the newspaper, or write a flyer in the newspaper, or are we mailing the whole population, or what?
yeah, that's a good question. So last time we put up flyers and we advertised on Facebook, but that's not necessarily the best way to do it.
I mean,
But how about sending it out with, say, the water bill or something like that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, now that it comes in an
is
envelope.
that,
Yeah.
is that plausible to do it with the water bill?
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
It's worth asking.
Yeah,
I guess it's not, it wouldn't hurt to ask, but I don't, yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't, I guess.
It's the 21st century, Jeff. We should be able to do something that makes sense.
Yeah,
I bet that Maddie would have some answers for this for us as the city clerk. Assistant city clerk.
We can ask everybody in the building. The point is that we're going to miss a significant part of the population. We don't have it organized in a way. And look, if the registry of motor vehicles or whatever it is can put in advertisements for insurance companies in their mailing, we ought to be able to do something with, say, the water bill or whatever. Every building in the city gets a water bill.
I don't get a water bill.
You don't?
I'm coming to your house for my water.
Renters don't get water bills.
That's true.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be case by case, but renters don't get water bills. Condo owners don't get water bills.
Well, there's a flaw in that choice. Okay, yeah.
But I get it.
So yeah, I think you are welcome to join the subcommittee. And then when I think that's a little down the road, like how are we going to distribute this? But that's definitely something that we're going to need to look at, like how to get this out to the people who really need to see it.
It's like a census. It sounds like we're kind of trying to conduct a census.
You can talk to the Gazette too. So.
Except it's anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that is definitely one of the questions that we're going to have to answer in the subcommittee, or as the full commission. But I think we're still a ways down the road while we're still deciding on what the questions are and all of that. But definitely put a pin in that. I sound so corporate lately, but definitely we'll come back to that for sure. Because that's really the crux of it, right?
Yeah.
How are we gonna, it's not worth anything if we don't get the responses.
Right. And any survey or poll or anything like that has a percentage of response and no response. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Still not totally accurate.
Yeah.
And you might have to send out reminders because it'll sit there on somebody's table. And it takes about 7 contacts to get them to do something.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to have a kind of a dissemination plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should join the committee, Bruce.
Well, send me an email or something.
Okay.
Don't send me an email because I got 300 a day. But,
What's the best way to?
call me
All right.
or talk to me after the meeting or something.
Okay.
All right. So next is accessibility ordinance update. I don't know that we have an update for that. Community survey subcommittee. Oh, we just did that. Email, Facebook update. Leslie, do you have anything to?
The update is that there is no update. We
Okay.
have not gotten any emails or Facebook messages from the community.
Okay. Recruiting issue, need new members. Is there an update on that, or does anyone have any thoughts?
I keep asking, but I get crickets for answers.
Uh,
The person that I know who would be fantastic lives in Northampton.
Is what?
Lives in Northampton.
Yeah.
She just retired from ServiceNet. She's a huge, it's Valley Dwight. I don't know if you know her. She's a huge advocate for disability and disability rights. And now she's retired. She might have time, but she doesn't live in Easthampton.
So I didn't realize it was a requirement you had to be a resident of Easthampton.
I think so.
I think you have to live or work here.
What's the person's name?
Valley Dwight. She writes into the to the paper often in the opinion section.
I have a candidate, but she's a physician's assistant in surgery. And she's not in charge of her own life, basically. So she can't come like for this particular time to a meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the challenge, right?
And she has a nonverbal autistic child, so she's busy too. So
Yep.
He just wanted
Oh yeah.
in the school for a science project.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's amazing. The kid is smarter than me. He doesn't say much, but just because somebody's silent doesn't mean that they're brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
He is.
So, I mean, I always look to you, Cyril, because you are our newest member.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you were motivated, kind of internally motivated to join.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic, but I don't know how we would get other people to be internally motivated.
I guess the question that I kind of come back to with that is like, is there a strategic plan for the committee? Like has anyone recently like done that?
No.
Okay. Because that seems like kind of something to start with of like where, like, what are the values, the goals that we have, like short term and long term? And then like, what are the resources that are available? How can we kind of leverage those kinds of things? And like, part of that I think would maybe be like, we need to be more visible would be part of the strategic plan. And that would then be like, okay, can we up our social media presence? Is that something that we have the resources to do?
Can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt, but I mean, I recommended a new committee member,
Okay.
which would be a start, and I can't figure out where it's gone. When I went to the new mayor's office, the new assistant couldn't answer my question. I still haven't heard. I haven't followed up with the individual that I'd recommended. I don't know if that person has given up or what.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think it's a problem. Like the first person I had in mind, we have continual problems with membership. And they go through the mayor's office, but how does that work?
I mean,
Mac, did you want to say something?
the process is that you would get an application at the at the city clerk's office on the first floor, and then you would fill out the application, and then you would be contacted by the mayor or a designee to have a short meeting, and the official confirmation process is through city council. But what I would say is, if
she's done that, she sent in her emailed application.
Tell her to call, I guess. Tell her to call the city clerk's office or email a follow-up to the mayor and see what happens. It is ultimately the next step is with the city clerk and the mayor. And like Angelique doesn't have anything to do with approving someone at this point. It would be your friend's initiative to follow up with the city clerk and the mayor.
I'm writing that down.
Okay.
The other thing about your question is Leslie and I had the same question. Okay. And we still do. Right. So you're right on the money. Right. That's a huge missing element.
And I think Angelique has asked us, what do we want to see happen? So I think it's also on her mind that, but I think, it would be great if you wanted to, maybe take over for Eli, because I know that Eli is feeling that, it's a lot for you.
Yeah.
He's the vice chair.
Yeah.
And then help kind of spearhead these questions, what are our strengths? What are we trying to do short and long term? I think those are all the things that we need to know, really.
Yeah.
And
Pressure.
No pressure.
I'd like to add on to that because I took the course with the state. Okay. And I think we need to tap into the resources that make up the state disability commission, whatever they call it. And because they've got their fingers in more pies and they really advance the state, even though we've got a long ways to go. Of the handling of all kinds of disabilities, financing the support for those, and sort of being the leaders of the pack and advocating for the people with disabilities, right? So I think that would give us a thread, so to speak, on what we should look at for our potential goals. Now, we'll never be able to cover this thread for a small group.
I think that would be a great idea. I personally can't even get to 50 Payson at the moment because it's winter. That's why I'm remote here.
They have a tremendous amount of resources, like YouTube things and Lord knows what. But
I think when you were at that meeting, Bruce, the Mass COD came and guest spoke.
that's why the second meeting didn't happen, because they were here.
Yep. And it was really super informative. They have so much to offer and so much support to offer.
So it's worth taking the course. And the course is recorded.
I would like to, yeah.
It's long. It's 2 5-hour meetings.
Yeah.
So go to the bathroom before you turn it on.
Listen to it at like double speed. Yeah.
Excuse me, audience. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
That our little state is, not avant-garde or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
So I think we would do ourselves a favor if we put some time in there.
Yeah. Well, maybe, why don't I make a note that for our next meeting, we should put on the agenda to really talk about our short and long-term goals and how Mass COD can support us.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote the map. I brought some stuff, things from the last couple of weeks of newspapers that are in our bailiwick and like snow plowing and the museums now that have got a grant for access and things like that. Well, so they gave a grant money to 4 or 5 museum type things in the art category type of thing, and making a huge difference in accessibility. Look at trying to get into the thing that used to be the old town hall uptown with the 50 steps to get upstairs or whatever, and stuff like that. So, there's just endless stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think with half a dozen of us that we don't have the personal resources to go out and talk to all the business people.
Certainly. Yeah.
And stuff like that. And they certainly have something to say. And working out of an old building like all of these down the street, they don't have facilities.
I mean, even the Council on Aging, she's saying, isn't the building isn't really just handicapped accessible.
30s for people that don't even sit down to do their work. So, so the bathrooms were like this, and the code back then was like 1 step from the outhouse. So, it was old fashioned.
Yeah.
And they're searching for a space, but nobody's got $50 million to move them. It's all jumbled together.
Yeah.
The men's group, they put the men's group down in the basement. So,
Out of sight, out of mind.
well, there's a reason for that. Get a room full of curmudgeons and the building's on fire.
I think we're almost out of time, Eli. Is there
Yes.
anything else on the agenda that we need to?
Let's see. So World Disability Day ideas for next year. Does anybody have anything to say about that? No. Future speaker ideas. Does anybody have any ideas for speakers? All right. New business.
I have a small idea, which is the person I encouraged to join this commission.
Mhm.
Maybe that person could be invited to meet us, and at the same time talk about what's why she still hasn't what her problem has been.
Who is that, Louise?
Leslie Shar.
Okay. She's
Part of an organization.
she's joined us before. She's
Oh.
come to a meeting before.
Oh, she has.
Yeah. She did, I remember that, because we were messengering during it. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Date of next meeting is, can somebody look up what it would be?
Yeah.
The second Thursday in March is
The 12th?
the 12th. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so next meeting is March 12th. And should we motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn. For a second read.
Okay. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, meeting adjourned.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.